me doing a speed draw based on a suggestion that you had, based on a humorous conversation we had.
I don't even remember the conversation anymore.
Basically, the premise was if there was a kitten wrestler. Just
Yeah.
the cutest little heel champion. Just
Yeah, it was because of the voice. You were doing a funny voice.
ooh, I'm the
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
You'll never beat me. You can't have this belt. I'm the fluffiest. So, I really like watching myself draw at 4 times speed because it makes me look like I know what I'm doing.
Isn't that nice?
It's
Everything's so smooth.
Oh, I didn't do the right layer there. So, premise destroyed.
Now the whole thing is just sketch. And that's all anyone needed to know.
So yeah, doing the nose, trying to make the cuteness of the kitten stand out, trying to get the head the right size. So yeah, wrestling is one of my... I don't want to say...
It's not guilty.
No, it's an indulgence of mine. I've had people try to make fun of me for liking wrestling, and I go, I read books, I understand politics, I can discuss astrophysics, I get to enjoy stupid melodrama. Yeah, I decided that finger was too big, so I went and made nubbins. Because it's cuter if it's nubbins.
With little claws.
Little claws, because he's mad. He's going to defend that championship. He's got the belt.
What I've never understood is when people start saying, well, don't you know it's fake? It's like, well, if you watch soap operas, if you watch literally any TV, any kind of reality TV, it's all fake. Whereas at least with wrestling, you actually have to know what you're doing so you don't hurt each other.
I gave him little fighting shorts like Brock Lesnar.
Hey.
He's a tough team. Yeah, that's just... Wrestling's predetermined, but it's still very athletic. Like people who like Star Wars will be like, oh, wrestling's fake. It's like, well, it's predetermined, but so is Star Wars, and you've seen that 47 times, so...
And Star Wars has stunt doubles. Whereas these guys, they're just doing it.
Yeah, even with cinematic matches, which they do now, it's a lot of physicality.
People get hurt.
People get major. People have died.
Mm-hmm.
And all to entertain us for a few minutes in a match.
Like a little tail.
Yeah, a little tail. Just checking my pens. Putting on whiskers.
What's his name?
I think it would be something... Later on, I do something with his shorts. So I think it's Leo. But I also thought like Pantera could be one.
Either one.
Like, he's definitely a heel. He's definitely like, the kind of wrestler where if you pin him, you look like the bad guy. And he knows it.
Oof. Is he manipulative?
Yeah.
Meow manipulative?
Meow manipulative.
Yeah, that was hard to say.
He'll throw a chair down and be like, owie, owie, and the ref will be like, did you hit that kitten with the chair? And the challenger will be like, no, I didn't. And then he'll call the match off, be like, you can't hit the kitten with the chair.
He keeps a pocket full of kitty litter.
Just to throw in their eyes.
Yeah.
Now, this is not the most efficient way to color, but it just makes me feel good. I just like coloring like this.
It's soothing.
Yeah, it's a nice little catharsis. I decided to make him like an orange striped.
I was gonna say traditional cat. There are many kinds of cats.
I don't know. I was gonna say like tiger tabby, but I didn't want the comments to be all like, "That's not a thing."
It's probably some kind of...
I don't know cats. If you really want a cat to look like a heel, you draw hairless.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just look mean.
They get a bad rap.
Yeah.
But, they're still just cats.
Oh, I messed up the fill, and then I had to go back and be like, whoops, I didn't draw in the armpit. So there we go.
You gotta close your lines.
Gotta close my lines before I use the fill tool.
I'll let you know your lines aren't closed.
Yeah.
Problem solves.
Exactly.
As you go.
Doing the tail. I think, was it around now I realized, yep, around now I realized, oops, I didn't do the other nails on the foot. So I go back.
Ask.
I go back and do that. There are a bunch of, you'll see me going and like fix things as I draw around. This part why I like like coloring like this is because it makes me zoom in on pieces and realize where I've made mistakes.
That's fair. Because it is a very back and forth process as you go.
Yeah.
Just shaping.
And you know my process. If I get an hour into something and I stop loving it, I will just start over.
Yeah, I can't.
Yep, this is where I'm just like he thinks he's king.
So
Leo. And he's the kind of wrestler who can flip back and forth between face and heel. When he first got in the game, he was very much the underdog, and then he won and he started resorting to dirty tricks. And now everyone's just like, I don't want to boo the Kitten, but the Kitten's playing dirty.
Kitten's mean.
Yeah. You're not worthy of me. I'll destroy your family.
I do love the color scheme you've got going.
Yeah, I like the colors I picked for this. I did pretty good. In my opinion. So.
That's a good
Green, orange, purple.
All the tiny little details.
Yeah, trying to get the leathery feel of the belt. Leather and gold, the classic.
Yeah. So what's the title? Like, is he just in regular wrestling, or is he in some other? He's
probably in the heavyweight division. He should probably be in the light heavyweight division, but you can wrestle in the heavyweight division as light heavyweight, but not vice versa.
Okay, so how big is this cat?
This is a kitten.
Like an actual normal-sized kitten?
Yeah, this is a kitten. I do a background later to sort of give, but this guy doesn't even come up to your knee. Maybe he's got some friends that help him by rushing in and like hitting you with a chair, and then he just like curls up on your chest and pins you.
So I'm gonna rephrase. Is this somebody who'd be going up against like wrestlers we know, or is he in a fantasy league?
The way I drew it was just like, this is. I mean, wrestlers we know, wrestling's ridiculous.
That's
so
true.
any like fantasy wrestling I make up will not even compare
true. You have like ghost
to real
people
wrestling.
and like possessed.
Right, there are zombies who are like classic wrestlers.
Yeah.
This is about where I realized I gave him human eyes and I didn't like that, so I go in and change it.
Yeah. Okay. Make it really obvious he is in fact a cat and not a dude in a cat suit.
Think. Nope, not yet. I hadn't gotten there yet. I realized something's off, but I don't fix it yet. Apparently, that's later.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Okay, I do fix the eyes. I go back for it. Just doing some detail on the paws. Yeah. Though I think right now I'm just like, these eyes don't look right.
You zoomed in.
Zooming in on the eyes and I'm flipping. Yep. Here we go.
You gonna make him like
cat eyes. Gonna give him cat eyes.
aha.
There we are.
There we go. Yeah, that is better. Yeah.
Also, like, you're the challenger, so he's looking up at you like, you can't take this title from me.
How do I do an animation of this cat? Like a texture?
Be very Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Like, I think in Japanese he's Mr. Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much like him as a small cat. Just bragging about his prowess, can't even take on someone at his size. But is the champion. Which I think wasn't Mr. Satan based on like Hulk Hogan? Because he was secretly bald in the anime, right?
I don't even remember. I think it was based on a couple different people.
I'm just based on American wrestling.
Yeah.
these big like, oh, you're no match for me. Is like I can't move my legs. I'm
Yeah.
So yeah, getting the lighter colored fur down.
Oh, little details.
Gave him little socks. Using the clipping mask like you showed me.
Isn't it great?
It's great.
What?
Little patch on the nose.
Oh, more detail.
Doing the darker stuff now.
Making him stripy.
Yeah, giving him some tiger stripes. Also, like, I think it helps accentuate his expression.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a little bit more intense.
Yeah, with the shadows going there.
Little mouth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to take him seriously. Like, I'm sure he could claw
But,
my face.
Yeah, he's gonna try.
Well, look at him.
I think this is this about where I start doing the background stuff?
Well, maybe.
I try 18 different like shade things to try and figure out how I want to do the background here.
Like a gradient.
Yeah.
I want to see other animal wrestlers now.
Other wrestlers. Just the Zootopia of wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I'm making the turnbuckle now. Sort of filling in the background of where he is.
Oh, that's nice.
Stands out a bit now, but later on I push it back, so. But I just want to get, like, trying to get the scale, because there are 3 turnbuckles, and I'm trying to make it so he's like, he doesn't even come up to the first one.
Right.
So, like, I just give him props for giving him such a tiny little title. Just a whittle title belt. This is I do a lazy shade from the light that's down on him,
I see.
and then I go back and I redo this because I'm not happy with it. I play with it a little bit to see if I can make it work, and then I go, I should go back and actually like do it properly. So, yeah, this is the doing it properly.
What do you think about doing a raptor wrestler next?
I mean, they already have a raptor fighter in one of those fighting games.
Fair. What about a snake?
Snake wrestler? I mean, snakes would be good at wrestling.
They'd be good at like the grapple. As long as it was a constrictor.
Yeah, just make it a constrictor.
How would you wear shorts then?
Wouldn't just a band.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be shorts. Put him in a one shoulder sling just because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Just a diagonal line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the obvious tie-in is Jake the Snake, but I would probably more base the Snake on Bret Hart.
Why?
Because Bret Hart was a better mat wrestler. Like, Jake the Snake is a great heel, but for, like, mat wrestler, Bret Hart, like, was... because there's pro wrestling, which is the fake wrestling, and then there's amateur wrestling, which is actually, like...
Actually hurt people.
Yeah, well, not even actually hurt people, because the point in that is not to hurt people. But, like, Olympic wrestling is based on what's called amateur wrestling. Whereas professional wrestling is the theatrical. Yeah, yeah, they just got to the term first. But Bret Hart was great at the things that looked like amateur wrestling, but in a very pro wrestling style. Just giving a little flair to the eyes and the nose here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And softening it up a little.
Yeah, a little flair on the title because it's made of metal.
Yeah.
Got a little fuzzy there, but push the turnbuckle back into the shadow. So that's it. That's my wrestling kitty.
I like him.
In his fight shorts, Leo, he's a fighting champion.
I want to know his story. I want to know all of his arcs.
Well, it takes you. We've experienced this. Whenever I try to describe wrestling to you, I have to be like, okay, 10 years ago.
That's true.
And then I have to work my way through storylines to the current to make it make sense.
I still think you should do some, like, animatics explaining wrestling.
Probably at some point I will. Just like, wrestling is gratuitous and amazing, and I love it. Thank you for watching me draw this tiny kitten wrestler. He'll whoop your ass. Leo's coming for you. King of the Wing.